Headline: Biden rallies Senate Democrats, endorses Republican measure. Source: Yahoo News. Date 3 March 2023. Details: President Joe Biden visited the Senate on Thursday to demonstrate unity among Democrats, but he ended up endorsing a Republican priority instead. With Democrats acknowledging they cannot get much done in the closely divided Congress, Biden has pledged to try to find areas where the two parties can agree. He made good on that promise in remarks at a caucus luncheon, telling senators that he will sign a GOP-backed measure to overturn changes to the criminal code in the District of Columbia. Biden later tweeted, "I don't support some of the changes D.C. Council put forward over the mayor's objections, such as lowering penalties for carjackings. If the Senate votes to overturn what D.C. Council did, I'll sign it." Accompanying Biden as he left the luncheon, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said he believes we can get a lot of good bipartisan stuff done in these 2 years, and that Democrats are filled with unity, optimism about 2024. Even so, Schumer's Democratic Senate has been largely immobilized this year, as the newly Republican House has shown little appetite for compromise. In addition, a string of Senate Democrats have been absent due to health issues, and some moderate senators facing re-election next year are voting with Republicans. While Schumer gained a coveted extra seat for his party in the November elections, bringing the margin to 51-49, Democrats have not yet been able to use their majority to advance any of their policy goals. Schumer has repeatedly focused on Democratic accomplishments in the last Congress, helped by the then Democratic-led House, in lieu of making promises about the current session. If the last 2 years focused on getting our agenda passed into law, one of the focuses of our lunch will be on how the next 2 years will be about implementing that agenda, Schumer said on the Senate floor Thursday morning, as he previewed Biden's visit. In the absence of Democratic legislation, Republicans are finding some success advancing their own policy goals by forcing votes on Biden administration regulations that they see as overly burdensome. The Republican resolution that Biden said he will support would override the District of Columbia's effort to overhaul how the city prosecutes and punishes crime, as the local murder rate has skyrocketed. The House passed the same measure last month with some Democratic support. As they left the caucus meeting with Biden, several Democratic senators said they will support, or are considering supporting, the Republican effort to repeal the changes to the D.C. criminal code. "If anything, we should be increasing penalties for certain offenses," Senator Bob Casey of Pennsylvania said. He said he will vote to overturn the changes to the D.C. code. On Wednesday, the Senate voted to overturn a new rule set by the Department of Labor over the way asset managers consider climate change and environmental, social and governance factors in investments for retirement plans. It was able to pass with the support of Democratic Sens. Joe Manchin of West Virginia and Jon Tester of Montana, who are both up for re-election next year. Biden has said he will veto that and keep the rule in place. Republicans are forcing the simple majority votes by using the Congressional Review Act, which allows Congress to overturn certain regulations that have been in place for a short time. Those votes are some of the only policy measures that have been considered this year, as Schumer has put a raft of judicial and executive branch nominations up for votes, instead of legislation that has little chance of becoming law. Democrats have had to hold back on some of the more controversial nominations, as well as members of the caucus have had extended absences. New Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman is gone for several weeks dealing with clinical depression after he suffered a stroke last year. California Sen. Diane, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and share. Don't forget subscribe and click the bell button to get update news reminder.